through the years, so many years. That's what got me started thinking about this program. My mother was a one-handed piano player. She was very good with the right, but the left hand was always a mystery. But my mother started me on piano when I was 5, and my grandmother used to time my lessons, and when she heard nothing, I would hear her say, "Valerie, I don't hear anything." "Oh, Grandma, well, I'm just finding my next piece, and I'm looking to see, what I'm going to practice." Well, maybe. Anyway, my father, well, he would embarrass me by making me play for company, as my aunt, who is here, can attest. That's what Dad would do. But in going through and rummaging through my mother's music, I found a lovely piece. But before we play it, I just want to say that these are the people that really supported me and gave me a love of music. But this piece is based on Debussy's Reverie, and it was reworked into a popular song in 1938.
Bells were ringing, children
Well, we've all had best friends, sometimes different best friends throughout life. But I had a best friend almost all my life. And, well, I was born in June, and Linda was born in July. And I reached all those ages first, 8 and 10 and 13 and 16 and 21, and, well, then I reached all those ages first. But, Linda is staying at 28, which was a surprise to her husband, but even a greater surprise to her son, because he's 37. But anyway, that means if she's 28, that must mean I'm 28, too. Oh, wait a minute. Look, there's my house on the left up there. And there's Linda's house over there on the right. And we were one house apart. And, well, There's nothing like having a best friend.
You're my best friend. There's nothing you do is wrong. I'm happy you're in my life. When a day is rough for me, having you near is enough for me. And if someday you happen to move away, it won't take me long to see that email and text will keep us in touch with my best friend.
You're my best friend. You're lovely and brave and strong. There's nothing we two can't face. When you're in need and problems come, we'll stick together till it's done. And if someday when everything turns out wrong, you're through with the human race, come running to me, for you'll always be my best friend.
And if someday when everything turns out wrong, you're through with the human race, come running to me, for you'll always be my best friend.
Well, on my acknowledgments, I forgot to acknowledge Barbara Smith, who helped to get the children to sing these songs. And they've done a great job with them. Whoops. Well, I never graduated elementary school. No. They opened up a new junior high in the middle of my 8th grade, and I had to take 2 city buses to get there. But junior high offered me the ability to accompany the King and I. And, well, this next song is a song that kind of calmed me down just a little bit.
Whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head erect and whistle a happy tune, so no one will suspect I'm afraid. While shivering in my shoes, I strike a careless pose.
to know you. There's a very ancient saying, but a true and honest thought. If you become a teacher, by your students you'll be taught. As a teacher I've been learning, and forgive me if I boast, there's a certain favorite subject of a subject I like most. Getting to know you. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. Below you. Putting it my way, but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. So now what is your name? Hi, Sydney. And your name? Megan. Pretty name. What is your name? Hi, Catherine. Your name? Hi, Carly. Pretty. And your name? Hi, Cece. What's your name all the way on the end? Hi, Darius. And I think I missed something important. I got it. Okay. And your name? Allison with a pretty tiara. And yours? Hi, Norman. Getting to know you. Putting it my way, but nightly. When I am with you, knowing just what to say. Have you noticed? Suddenly I'm free and easy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day.
We kiss in a shadow. We hide from the moon. Our meetings are few and over too soon. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret, together we sigh for one smiling day to be free, to kiss in the sunlight and say to the sky, behold and believe what you see. Behold how my lover loves me.
Well, then there was high school. What did we wear? Cardigan sweaters buttoned in the back, bobby socks and penny loafers. We wore saddle shoes, ponytails. I had a perm, not so great. crenolines under our skirts, or a straight skirt with a belt, leather jackets for the guys, or preppy look. Let me think. They had ducktail hair, and they had pompadours too. High school. But you know, when it was summer, this was our song. Well, then we had there was another famous singer, I think, during that time. I'm trying to think what his name was, but I think they called him the King. Oh, that was Elvis. And we have our own Elvis.
Thank you very much. Return to sender. Return to sender. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. And bright and early next morning, he brought my letter back. She wrote upon it, return to sender. Return to sender. This time I'm gonna take it myself and put it right in her hand. And if you come back the very next day, then I'll understand. Riding on it. Return to sender. Thank you.
Well, I can remember we wore corsages for our birthdays, and not the ones you think. We wore dog biscuits, lemon lifesavers, nice sugar cubes if you were 16, and they attached them with pipe cleaners. I don't know, you think that could be a comeback? I don't know. Well, there was another singer at that time, and his name was Pat Boone. And he was known for wearing those white buck shoes. Now, if you don't know what white buck shoes are, you might want to Google it, because I can't describe them, really. You'd have to see. But one of the movies he was in, I just loved the song from that movie.
April love is for the very young. Every star's a wishing star that shines for you.
Well, Pat Boone also was in State Fair. And although he didn't sing this song, he did record it. And it's just such a nice song from State Fair.
It's a grand night for singing, the moon is flying high, and somewhere a bird who is bound he'll be heard is throwing his heart at the sky. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling, falling in love. Maybe it's more than the moon. Maybe it's more than the birds. Maybe it's more than the sight of the night in a light too lovely for words. Maybe it's more than the earth shining in silvery hue. Maybe the reason I'm feeling this way has something to do with you. It's a grand night for singing, the stars are bright above. The earth is aglow, and to add to the show, I think I am falling in love. Falling, falling in love.
Well, when we were in high school, we liked to go to Radio City Music Hall. Well, it was a little different then. If you got into Radio City before 12 o'clock, you paid 99 cents. And you saw a movie, and you also saw the Rockettes. And then you could stay for the movie and the Rockettes again. I mean, it could be an all day and night affair. We would come in the morning, though. We'd go to the Automat. Now, the Automat, for those of you who don't know what it is, you could go to an Automat and you put some money in, and there's a little glass window, and you can see what you're ordering, and you just take it out. It was great. They don't have them. Maybe they do somewhere, but we enjoyed doing that. But when I did go to Radio City, I saw a movie that I've seen so many times since, and it just never changes. She's looking up at the Empire State Building, and the rest is, she's run down by a cab. And anyway, it's a good story. But and if you saw Sleepless in Seattle, it's loosely based on it. But I just love this song from the movie.
Our love affair is a wondrous thing that we'll rejoice in remembering. Our love was born with our first embrace, and a page was torn out of time and space. Our love affair, may it always be a flame to burn through eternity. So take my hand with a fervent prayer that we may and we may share a love affair to remember.
Well, on to college. I went to Queens College. No, I wasn't a music major. I wanted to be an astronomer. So I majored in physics, and I graduated as a physics major. Well, different plans, different things happen. At any rate, I did have an opportunity to be in 2 shows, and one of them was Carousel, and the other one was Bye Bye Birdie. And in Bye Bye Birdie, I was standing on a platform waving goodbye to Birdie. It was a rather high platform on the stage, and we all had to get off it. Well, I got off it all right because the lights went out. I got off it, I guess, the wrong way because I wound up flat on the stage, and I can remember crawling and crawling to get off before the lights would come on. But there's a great song from this, and we have a lot of happy children. Well, almost everybody's happy. Darius, well, maybe the song will help. All right, let's try it.
Put on a happy face. Watch out for clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. The gloomy mask of tragedy, it's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Got a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full-of-doubt look, slap on a happy grin, and spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face.
Well, we have another chance to get Darius happy because it's on the back of your program, and we'd like all of you to sing with our cast up here. And Darius is going to really get happy on this part, I'm sure.
The skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You'll look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook, stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full-of-doubt look, slap on a happy grin, and spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face. Oh no!
Oh, wait, I think I got it now. Just a minute. Well, while I was in college, there was a really hot group from England that came over. And in kind of researching this, I found out that Buddy Holly called his band the Crickets. So the Beatles called theirs after Bugs, but they spelt it differently, B-E-A-T, for the beat. So just a little aside in case you wanted to know it. or not. Anyway, one of my favorite songs from there is Yesterday, and we're going to hear it now.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. She had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Well, when you go to a commuter school like Queens, you need to have a social life of some kind. So there was a house plan you could join, and I was in Shangri-La. And then we merged with a sorority, and well, this song tells you a little bit about it. I forgot I'm singing it. Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. 50 years of meetings, and we still are friends. We gave advice that helped us mend. Caring, sharing, every little problem we were bearing. Alpha Sigma Tau, Alpha Zeta chapter, we will continue forever after. Well, during my college days, we were preparing. I was a member of the a cappella choir at Queens, and we were preparing for a concert, and when we got the news that President Kennedy was assassinated. Now, that was the first election I could vote in, and well, everyone who remembers that, as you would remember 2011 or other events, know how you felt at that time. Well, they called the Kennedy administration Camelot, and on Broadway at that time, we also had Camelot. And this song is one of my favorites from Camelot, so here it goes.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in summer? Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your face with a luster that puts gold to shame. And if I'd ever leave you, it wouldn't be in autumn. Knowing you in autumn, I never will go. I've seen how you sparkle when fall nips the air. I know you in autumn, and I must be there. And would I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so? Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never would I leave you at all. And could I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so? Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never would I leave you at all.
Wow. Well, I left college. Eventually, I graduated, and I got a job as a teacher of physics at Thomas Edison High School. That's a technical and vocational high school. And our technical students, well, they did electronics and they did chemistry, chemical engineering and mechanical engineering. And, well, a couple of years after I started teaching, along came this other teacher, and I knew right from the beginning that it was him, but it took him a little longer. Yeah, well, in fact, it was an all-boys school at that time, and we were getting notes. I was getting notes signed by him, although I didn't know it was him, or I thought, well, could it be one of my students? I was young, so but he was getting notes from me, so we sat down and we had coffee, and one thing led to another, and well, we were talking about our first dance for our wedding, and one of the songs that we liked, well, the Wichita Linesman, but we decided that might not be the best song to have as your first dance at the wedding. So instead, oh, Dan, you have the Wichita Linesman? What?
Thank you. And I'm starting therapy on Monday. So.
So it's one of my favorite songs.
Val, I got this for you. You ready?
Yeah, good. Okay, I'm listening.
I am the lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, and I can hear you through the wine. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, and it don't look like rain. And if it snows that stretch down south, we'll never stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line.
Bravo. Yeah. I still love that song, and Dan did such a good job on it. Well, we didn't use the Wichita linesman for obvious reasons, if you heard the lyrics. But being Mike was kind of my secret love, and then the principal said, well, you can't use Mike's last name. So I went from Miss Stumpf to Mrs. Stumpf. And but at any rate, this was the song that I chose for our first dance, and it was done by Doris Day, and I love Doris Day, so it had just a lot of meaning to me.
Once I had a secret love that lived within the heart of me. All too soon my secret love became impatient to be free. So I told a friendly star the way that dreamers often do. why I'm so in love with you. Now I shouted from the highest hill, even told the golden daffodils. At last my heart's an open door, and my secret love's no secret anymore.
No song had so prophetic words as that song. Because, you see, we used a photographer that was on Jamaica Avenue in Hollis. And he decided, unbeknownst to us, to blow up the picture that he took of us at our wedding. Well, a lot of our students lived right by Jamaica Avenue in Hollis. So, well, that was the end of that. I might use Mrs. Stump, but I was Mrs. Ignatowitz at that point. Well, time went on, and Mike, who had been an engineer with Bell's Lab before he came into teaching, his unit moved out to Columbus, and he didn't really care for Columbus that much. His family, everybody was back here. So he went into teaching, and soon he was going to be the interim acting principal. And at the same time, I was pregnant with my daughter. I wasn't sure. I wanted to name her Laura. And then I thought of Dr. Zhivago. Oh, so then I named her this. Well, my father took me to a lot of Yankee games. I even had a poem, an ode to Mickey Mantle in a locket that I wore. I was that big a fan, and I guess I still am with George Bashan. George and I are big, big Yankee fans. And so, well, it's time to take that seventh inning stretch. And we have some refreshments in the back, so I'll see you in about 10. Changing, always moving, always taking up and down, and well, at any rate, when after I went back to teaching, I couldn't teach at Thomas Edison because my husband became principal there, even though I was there first. But anyway, I wound up at Hillcrest High School, which was my first time. Yeah. And we have Hillcrest High School people here because we have Madeline and Ken and Bridge and Diane, all wonderful people that I have worked with at Hillcrest. And it was a pleasure working at Hillcrest High School. It was my first time with a co-ed high school. And it was great. But, you know, things never quite stay the same. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, but I'm a breast cancer survivor over 20 years now. Yeah, so but a few years after that, Mike was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And, well, you turn to your faith and you turn to the prayer that things will work out for you. And this song is one of, well, it means a lot to me.
I pray you'll find your light and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai,
I pray you'll find your
nel
light
cuore resterà,
and hold it in your
a
heart.
ricordarci che
When stars go out each
l'eterna
night,
celeste
oh,
nella mia preghiera,
let this be our prayer.
quanta fede
When shadows fill the day,
lead us to a place,
guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia, di speranza. Ognuno la mano vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità.
la forza che ci dà,
We ask that light be
il
kind
desiderio che
and watch us from above.
ognuno nuovo amore
We hope each soul will
non
find
salazar let this be our prayer,
Let this be our prayer.
just like every
Just
child,
like every child.
need to find a place, guide us with your grace, give us faith so we'll be safe, e la fede che hai acceso in noi
Well, Mike and I always argued over Les Mis, Phantom of the Opera. We saw both. Now, Mike liked Les Mis, and I can understand why he would like Les Mis a little better than Phantom. I, of course, love the romantic part of Phantom. And we're so lucky to have our own Christine today, who played Christine on Broadway for 3 years, and singing one of my favorite songs. And I'm just hoping I can accompany her as well. And she's going to sing this song. But anyway, all right.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me every so often. Promise me you'll try on that day, that not so distant day, when you are far away and free. If you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. And though it's clear, though it was always clear, that this was never meant to be, if you happen to remember, stop and think of me. Think of August when the trees were green. Don't think about the way things might have been. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Think of me, please say you'll think of me, whatever else you choose to do. There will never be a day when I won't think of you. Flowers fade, the fruits of summer fade, they have their season, so do we. But please promise me that sometimes you will think.
Well, we could just stop the show now, but no, because see, Lara met Eric, and Eric met Lara, and they're married almost 16 years, and Lara is a science lab person at the Hillside Grade School and over in New Hyde Park, and Eric has his own business with his dad, and it's Colonial Woodworking. And Eric, did you put the cards on the piano? Oh, no, I guess, well, we don't want to do that. But anyway, they got married, and they picked, they didn't have any problem picking a song, and they picked a great song. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, danced to this song in swing time, and it's a lovely song.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. Won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart, dear. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
Well, my best friend Linda said, you know, you can't really stay in the house all the time. And I did have aides during the day, and she said, why don't you learn bridge? Bridge? No, maybe. All right, I'll do it. I'll go learn it. And I went to the house of my friend, and we did learn bridge. And that's my friend Liz. And this is a song for Liz because she's not only a bridge player, but well, you'll hear what she is too. You're a special party giver for the bridge club clientele, and they know that you deliver what it takes to make them gel. And in Huntington, you're known by one and all as that hostess with the mostest on the ball. Oh, yeah, there's a book of regulations as to who plays with whom, but there may be complications when the scores, they are not true. Oh, so we ask someone who knows the protocol. She's the hostess with the mostest on the ball. Entertaining mimosa drinkers is the job they give to you. Making canopies with brie seems to be your cup of tea. Everything is nearly ready for an evening's fun for all. You're that hostess with the mostest on the ball. Well, Alzheimer's disease has many plateaus. You seem they're good at one point, and then they move and spiral down and then plateau again. And things were really getting bad. But, well, Lara told me some wonderful news. She said she was pregnant and I was going to be a grandma. Oh my. And this song really tells the story of how I felt during this time.
So many nights I'd sit by my window waiting for someone to sing me his song. So many dreams I kept deep inside me, alone in the dark. But now you've come along and you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my nights with song. Rolling at sea, adrift on the water, could it be finally I'm turning for home? Finally a chance to say, hey, I love you. Never again to be all alone. And you light up my life. You give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my nights with song. It can't be wrong when it feels so right. 'Cause you light up my
Well, there's the light of my life. Lauren is my granddaughter, and she's a fifth grader. Lauren's 10, well, she'll almost be 11 next month. And she was the good witch in The Wizard of Oz. I said she could have played either one, but that's Grandma. But anyway, but she said she'd like to do a song because this is one of her favorites from The Sound of Music.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin stashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
the same production of The Wizard of Oz, we have someone else. And this is our Dorothy. And she's going to sing for us, well, the most iconic song from The Wizard of Oz. Well, we not only had Dorothy and the Good Witch, but last year we actually had in Tomorrow Annie, and we had Carly, who played the part of one of the principal orphans named July. So they're going to sing tomorrow, and the second time I'm asking that everybody join in, and all the children will come up on the stage at that point.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
All the children are going to come up, and everybody who knows Tomorrow, which is such a great song, please sing it. We need all the help we can get.
Come out tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow
asking right now that there's no applause until the end of the show, because, well, you'll see, there's a certain mood I like to keep here. Tomorrow, we anticipate, or sometimes we dread. Tomorrow comes, whether we want it to come or we don't want it to come. And 10 months after Lauren was born, Mike passed away. People said it was a blessing, and I guess it was, but I still miss him. If the hands of time were hands that I could hold, I'd keep them warm, and in my hands they'd not turn cold. Hand in hand we choose the moments that should last, the lovely moments that should have no future and no past. Oh, summer from the top of a sweet, oh, comfort in the sound of a lullaby, the innocence of leaves in the spring, but most of all, the moment when love first touched me. All the happy days would never learn to fly until the hands of time would choose to wave goodbye.
Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember when life was so tender that love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although you know Deep in December, it's nice to remember. Without a hurt, the heart is hollow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fire of September that made us mellow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow.
Well, I chose the Carousel to be last on the program because that was the first show I was ever in. And I thought about this a lot, and I thought, well, You'll Never Walk Alone is one of the most inspirational songs from the entire show. And it really comes and hits home. But I also remember that when things are at their worst, you know that carousel is waiting. You can get on it again. And there's no guarantee what's going to happen, of course. I mean, that there's, it goes up and down, and the gold ring could be there, or no ring could be there. But we all have that opportunity. And I can remember standing behind the scrim before Carousel started, so anticipating the beginning of that show and so excited. And I stood there with a sorority sister's husband, John McCune, who was a wonderful tenor. And, that ride is going to start again. And so I put the songs in that order. It ended with You'll Never Walk Alone, but there's always a new beginning.